The person who should take over, in my own opinion, I have listened to all these people who want to be president, and I think Jimmy Wanjigi is the best.
So how is Jimmy Wanjigi going to take over immediately Ruto resigns?
So I'm very happy to hand over the baton to Jimmy Wanjigi, Willis Otieno, and the Gen Zs.
What would make a billionaire businessman like Jimmy Wanjigi spend hundreds of millions of shillings to acquire a party that most Kenyans have already forgotten? Did Jimmy Wanjigi just waste his money on a dead party? Or did he discover a diamond that no one else can see? In this video, we're going to break down exactly how much Jimmy Wanjigi have paid Paul Mwite to acquire the Safina party, why this matters to Kenya's political future, and whether Jimmy Wanjigi's dream of a financial revolution can ever replace Kenya's tribal politics. Let's get into it.
Safina, ukombozi kiuchumi. Safina.
Let's start with the obvious question. How much did Jimmy Wanjigi pay? Safina party is not ODM, it's not UDA, it's not Jubilee. It has no serious grassroots support and has been sleeping for years. But it is Kenya's second oldest registered political party after KANU. Let that sink in. The second oldest registered political party after KANU. And in Kenyan politics, that piece of paper, that official registration certificate is worth gold. So, what does that cost? You see, smaller parties in Kenya like PDP and TIP, by the way belonged to Kalembe Lile, have been bought off in the past for anywhere between 100 million and 500 million. Safina, however, carries history, legitimacy, and credibility because it was led by Paul Mwite. Listen to this, for over 30 years. That bumps up the price. For Wanjigi, the easier option was to buy this ready-made party instead of creating his own from scratch. You ask me why? Because registering a new party in Kenya is slow, political, and often is usually blocked by the government. Ask Gachagua. So, our estimate is that Wanjigi likely paid anywhere between 500 million to 1 billion Kenya shillings, that is 5 to 10 million USD, to acquire Safina party from Mwite. If you think different, tell us in the comment section. For a billionaire like Wanjigi, you know that is pocket change compared to what he's gonna have to spend to fund an entire presidential campaign. But the bigger question is, why? Why spend all this money to buy Safina? And exactly why Safina? You see, to understand this, we need to look at what Safina offers. Number one, it offers historical value. Safina is associated with Kenya's first fight of democracy in 1990s. That makes it a clean, reformist brand. It already has offices, a logo, a constitution, and recognized by the registrar of political parties. And then there is symbolism. For Wanjigi, buying Safina is like buying a house that's old but already has a title deed, has water, and has electricity. All you need to do is renovate a little bit, then move in. Wanjigi is not buying Safina for numbers. He's buying its history and its legitimacy. He saw a hidden diamond, a dormant party with a respected past that could be repackaged into something modern and powerful. Now, let's talk about the bigger play. Wanjigi is not just an ordinary politician. He is a billionaire with deep ties in Kenya's political systems. He funded Kibaki, he bankrolled Uhuru, he even supported Ruto in early Jubilee days. But now, he wants to be president himself. His vision is simple, something he calls financial liberation. Wanjigi argues that Kenya has been trapped in a cycle where politics is based on tribe, while economy is controlled by a few elites. His agenda is to give Kenyans, especially the young, direct access to capital and opportunities. He speaks of creating a financial revolution that would empower ordinary citizens, not just politicians. In other words, Wanjigi wants Kenyans to stop voting along ethnic lines and to start voting for economic freedom. That's a good wish. But the main question is, are Kenyans willing to drop tribal politics? And here is where the main challenge lies. Kenya's politics is not just about money and policy. It's about identity and tribe. For decades, elections have been won and lost on ethnic alliances. Kikuyus versus Luos, Kalenjins versus everyone else, and so on and so forth. So, the question is, are Kenyans ready to abandon the tribal politics? On one hand, young people are tired. They are jobless, they are broke, and angry at being used by political dynasties. Gen Z in particular have shown through protest and social media that they want a different kind of politics. On the other hand, tribal loyalty still runs deep. Politicians know that rallying their communities is the easiest way to guarantee votes. For Wanjigi, this means that his message for financial liberation is very attractive, but it might not be enough to break the tribal vote patterns. At least, not yet. And it's not the first time that he's trying to vie. In 2022, he launched his presidential bid under Safina, but it went nowhere. Why? Because he did not have structures, numbers, or a serious coalition. This time, he has decided to buy the party outright. He is the boss. He can build it to whatever he wants. But the same question remains. Can money and good ideas defeat tribal math in Kenyan politics? The task that Wanjigi is undertaking is one that is very risky, but also it has its rewards. Its risks are very simple. Safina might still remain irrelevant if Kenyans don't rally behind it. Wanjigi could waste billions without ever breaking into the big boys club of Kenya's politics. And we know this one. This one is true. We know it hurts, but it's true. Also the third one, he risks being branded another rich man trying to buy power. That one too, you know it's gonna be used. But then there are rewards. If Wanjigi succeeds, if he succeeds, he could create the first serious political movement in Kenya that is not based off of tribe. He could change the narrative from where do you come from to what do you stand for. Safina could become the surprise challenger in 2027. So, let me come back to our main question. Did Wanjigi waste millions on a dead party? The answer is not simple. On the surface, yes, Safina has no MPs, has no governors, has no senators. By normal standards, it's a dead party. But the hidden diamond is its legitimacy and history. Wanjigi now has a clean, recognized political vehicle that he can rebuild from the ground up. If Kenyans are truly ready for a financial revolution, then Wanjigi has just made the smartest investment of his career. If not, the history will say that he wasted his money on a dream that never took off. So, what do you think? Is Jimmy Wanjigi about to shock the country with a new kind of politics, or is this just another failed experiment like 2022? Did he waste his millions, or did he just buy himself a ticket to history? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe.